Hello, happy people, and welcome to your Moment of Zed, the YouTube channel dedicated to the most beautiful car in the world, the BMW Z3, or as the folks in Mansfield call it, the Z3. I'm Mark, and today I'm going to show you how to remove, inspect, and clean your mass airflow or MAF sensor. And we're also going to talk about whether you should or you shouldn't, and why that would be. Before we get to all that, though, we have two Zeds of the Week. And first up, we have Kathy from St. Peters, Missouri with her 1998 M Roadster. Now, that's her son, Ben, in the picture with her, who has been on before with his black 3-liter car. Both very, very beautiful cars, and this is our first mother-son Z3 combination, which is very cool. Now, since Kathy bought the car back in November of 2024, she has just put on new tires. Very nice. Next up, we have Liquid Retro, also known as John from Nebraska, and this might be our first Cornhusker car, if my memory serves me correctly, with his 2000 2.5-liter 5-speed Roadster, which he bought this spring in order to learn how to drive stick. Very cool. He has talked to the two previous owners, which is kind of an unusual thing to do and also very nice. This summer, he redid the seat bushings, the cam position sensor, spark plugs, the full brake system, air intake hoses, did a cooling system refresh. He did a DIY detail ceramic coating. Shout out to Ivan. A new 3D printed passenger side door handle, a new power steering reservoir and hoses, new tires and all fluids. Next up is a rear window suspension. And also, John has his own YouTube channel, and I'll put a link to that in the description so you can check it out. Thank you so much, folks, for sharing your beautiful cars. If you'd like to see your car on Zed of the Week, please follow the easy instructions in the description below. Also, if you find any of this content valuable, please feel free to buy me a coffee using the QR code here or the link in the description. Always appreciated. On with the show. Okay, so we are in the engine bay, and there is our mass airflow sensor. It runs between the intake and the air box. So what it's taking is filtered air, measuring the flow, which is going to tell the engine control unit how it needs to adjust the fuel-air mixture by how much air it's getting in. There's some questions about this. Number one, if you're getting a P100 to P104, a P171, or a P174 code, these are codes that are telling you either something wrong with the MAF, mass airflow sensor circuit, or you've got a lean mixture in your engine, which could be related to the MAF. And many people, as I researched this and looked at the old forum posts, said, hey, if you're not getting any codes, you shouldn't mess with this piece of equipment. Or if it's dirty, you should figure out first why it's dirty. So some reasons why it might be dirty, just because it's been in the car for a long time. And if mine's dirty, I bet you that's why it is, because mine, as far as I know, is the original. It's a Bosch. Bosch makes the original. I'm quite sure mine's the original MAF sensor, and it probably has never been touched. But I'm not getting any codes or having any problems. So the other train of thought is this is a $660 OEM part, $180 aftermarket part. Should you mess with it if you're not getting a code? Many people online said, no, you really shouldn't. Or if it is dirty, find out why it's dirty. Reasons it might be dirty: you never change your air filter. You don't run an air filter. I don't know why anyone would do that. Or you use a K&N filter with an oiled element, and maybe some oil residue is getting out of that onto the sensor. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to remove it. Again, it's your choice if you want to do this, because I've seen other things on the internet that says you should do it every other air filter change, or every 6 months. That seems excessive to me, but let's go ahead and get into it, and you can make your own choices based on your own situation. So the train of thought with the, should you remove this at all, folks, was there's a potential for you damaging this if you do it wrong. So let's make sure, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. So step number one, the engine's cold, okay? Step number two, disconnect the actual electronic connection for the MAF sensor, which is right there, very easy, just twist right off. I suppose if you wanted to, you could clean this with some contact cleaner, but mine looks pretty darn clean. I think I had this off not long ago when I was messing with the airbox anyways. So these are gentle things that should be treated gently because they're delicate inside, and we'll show you the inside as best we can. Step two, remove these two clips, which are difficult, but there's one, and I'm going to pull the other one with a tool or a screwdriver because it's not good access, of course, because Z3. Okay, so both the clips are off. Okay, next step, remove the clamp that goes to the rubber boot that goes to the intake. Okay, and I slid that out of the way. Then I'm going to push this way. This is not easy to do because you got a big part of this inside of there. It's going to be easier to do this the other way. There we go. So since you're so tight on space, you see how I kind of pulled that diagonally out of the way, and then that comes out like so. And now we've got our whole mass airflow sensor in our hand, which again, it's just that the space between here is so tight that it's kind of difficult to pull out. You kind of got to pull it out slowly but surely. And now let's take a look at that MAF sensor. Okay, so inside the MAF sensor, number one, on the airbox side, you have a plastic grid that protects it, and you can kind of see it on the inside. But if you go to the intake side, it's a same kind of grate here, or grid, but just easier to see inside of them. It's going to be hard to see in there, but there's kind of a plastic enclosure inside the middle of it. And on that is basically a metal blade. And on both sides of that metal blade are what I believe are platinum layer film, kind of a thin strip of platinum film. Now what the mass airflow sensor does is it heats those two and tries to maintain it at a set temperature. The more voltage it needs to hold that set temperature, the more airflow you're getting. And that's how it measures it. So mine looks very clean. So I think I am going to wimp out. But again, if yours were dirty, you saw that metal blade and it was filthy, you should clean it. If you were getting codes, you should definitely give cleaning a shot before replacing. And I will show you how to clean it and what to use right now. So if you're going to clean your MAF, the only thing you should use is a dedicated mass airflow sensor cleaner like this from CRC. This is probably one of the most popular ones. I got this on Amazon. Geez, 13, 14 bucks for 11 ounces, which is plenty. Do not use carb cleaner, do not use parts cleaner, do not use brake cleaner, because the delicate platinum film is going to be ruined more than likely, and you're going to be out, well, $180 or more dollars. Only use mass airflow sensor cleaner if you're going to do it. I will show you how, but again, I'm not going to do mine just because it doesn't need to be done. I think it would be fine, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. Okay, again, what I would do with my CRC MAF sensor cleaner is I just stick the tip inside that large grid, I'd give it probably 2, 3 to 4 second blasts. And on this side, I would flip it over. I would do the same thing on the other side through this grid. And then I would let it drain, and I would give it a good, some people say 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I give it a good half hour of drying. And again, when you spray it, you just want to hit that, you want to hit the sensor, that blade that has the film on it. Again, I'm not going to do mine because mine is just perfectly clean. And I don't think I would hurt this, but no reason to take chances. But if you're getting codes or you see that yours is dirty, you should definitely do it, and do it like that. 2, 3 to 4 second blasts on this side, 2, 3 to 4 second blasts on this side. Make sure you get all of it really good on the inside, and then let it dry for a good half hour or so. Okay, so reinstall, and I had to do something I hate to do on the Z3, which is take this whole air box off. Now, I've done a short about taking this air box off, but once the air box was off, I put the clips back on here. Again, make sure, there's really only one way this can go, but make sure your airflow arrow is pointing towards the engine. And now I can just kind of, maneuver that on easier. I suppose in hindsight, I probably should have just pulled the airbox top off to begin with. It's just that, if you see my video about how to do it, it's just kind of a hassle. So I'm not going to make you sit through all the wiggling and jiggling it is to get this back in. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. But again, just tighten up this clamp here. Once everything's back together, put the electronics back on. And if you actually did clean it, you may have to drive it around for a while the ECU, the engine control unit, adjusts to the fact that the MAF is now clean. If yours was dirty and now it's clean, it may take the engine a while to learn how the sensor is sensing things. So if it starts running rough when you first start out, give it a little time and see what happens from there. If you're still getting a MAF code, if you had one, and you cleaned it and it's still there and it won't clear or it comes back, then chances are, unfortunately, you probably need a new MAF sensor. So folks, there you have it. Very easy job if you feel like you should do it. Again, there's seems to be arguments both ways, as there often is with things Z3. Don't know why. Anyways, if you found this content valuable, as always, please crush that like button. And until next time, remember, friends don't let friends drive boring.